Question number 21. This is page 260. You can see here question number 21. A 20 gram ball hits a wall at a 45-degree angle with a speed of 15 meters per second and rebounds perpendicular to the direction of incidence with the same speed. Find the impulse received by the ball. So see here, suppose this is the wall and the ball is striking at an angle of 45 degree. Means this is the normal direction and it is striking 45 degree. Means it is going in this direction. This angle is 45. And it is 45, therefore angle of incidence will also be 45. And when angle of incidence is 45, so according to the laws of reflection, what will happen? It will go normal to this direction. Normal to this direction. Means why it will go normal, that you know, this angle of reflection will also be 45. Therefore, going normal to the incidence direction. It's clear. Mass of the ball is given 20 gram. 20 gram, that is equals to 0.02 kg. And speed before striking and speed after striking is 15 meters per second. What is speed is given 15 meters per second. You have to find the impulse received by the ball. So see here, impulse will be equals to change in momentum. Change in momentum means impulse received by the ball will be equals to change in its momentum. So before striking to the wall, it has momentum in what direction? In this direction. And after striking the wall, it is having momentum in this direction. You have to find delta P equals to Pf minus Pi, but that we will find out vectorially because momentum is a vector quantity. So first you find out its magnitude. What was the momentum before striking to the wall and what was after striking to the wall? So you can see here Pi equals to Pf equals to m into V. What is m? 0.02, V is 15. That is equals to 0.30 kg meter per second. Now, how will you find Pf minus Pi? So we will resolve this initial momentum and final momentum into two components. When you will resolve Pi, its one component will be in this direction. You can see here. And the other component will be in this direction. Other component will be this. If you take this angle as 45, then what will be this component? Magnitude of this, it will be Pi cos 45. And here it is Pi sin 45. It's clear. Similarly, you can resolve to this one. So it is having momentum in this direction. So its one component will be this. That will be, you can see here, this is Pf, this is 45 degrees. So it is Pf cos 45. And this component will be pi sine 45. So see here, we will determine the change in momentum in the horizontal direction as well as in the vertical direction. And when we will get the change in momentum in these two perpendicular directions, in the horizontal and in the vertical, then we can find the resultant change. Resultant change can be found. So see here, how will you find the change in momentum in the vertical direction? You can see here, before striking to the ball was having momentum in this direction. After striking, it is having the momentum in the same direction. Direction is same. Now, what is about their magnitude? As we know that sine 45, cos 45 both have the same value. What is sine 45? 1 upon root 2, cos 45, 1 upon root 2. Therefore, what will happen? These two components will be equal in magnitude, same in direction. Therefore, there is no change in momentum in vertical direction. It's clear? So you can see here. Change in momentum in vertical direction. Change in vertical direction. So you see here, since Pi equals to Pf, therefore Pi, this is Pi cos 45 and this is Pi sin 45. Pi cos 45 equals to Pi sin 45 because both are having the value 1 upon root. Since these components of momentum are in same direction, therefore change in momentum in the vertical direction, that will be 0. There will be no change in momentum in vertical direction. Change in momentum in vertical direction will be 0. Now you see in the horizontal direction. In horizontal direction, it is having Pi sin 45 and it is here Pi cos 45. Both are having momentum in opposite direction. So you find out in horizontal direction. What is the final momentum? It is equals to Pf cos 40. This is Pf cos 45 and Pf is this. So that I am writing from capital P. Pf cos 45 and here cos 45 is how much? You can see cos 45 is 1 upon root 2 and this is Pf is 0.30. This kg meter per second. I have taken this direction as the positive direction. Therefore, its momentum will be in the negative direction. Here, this initial momentum will be in the negative direction. What is Pi? It is Pi sin 45. You can see here, it is Pi sin 45. That is equals to, you will take negative. Why you will take negative? Because its direction is opposite to this. This has been taken positive, so its direction will be negative. So it will be minus 0.30 into kg meter per second. So what will be the change in momentum in the in horizontal direction? This is equals to Pf minus Pi. When you will substitute 0.30 upon root 2 minus 0.30 upon root 2. So it is equals to 0.30 root 2 plus 0.30 root 2. It will be equals to 2 into 0.30 root 2. 2 upon root 2 is root 2. 2 upon root 2 is root 2. So it is 0.30 root 2 kg meter per second. What will be its direction? You can see here its sign is plus. Therefore, its direction will be this, away from the wall. It's clear? So see here, we can write here, therefore, delta P in horizontal direction is how much? 0.30 root 2 kg meter per second away from wall. So what will be the impulse? Therefore, impulse received by the ball it is equal to 0.30 root 2 kg meter per second. This is clear. Now you can see here another question. This question number 22, not 22, it is 20. Question number 20. It is exactly same as this. Only I will draw the diagram. You can see here a ball moving with a momentum of 15 kg meter per second. Means here momentum is given 15 kg meter per second. It strikes against a wall at 60-degree angle and is reflected at the same angle with its initial speed. Reflecting with same speed means reflecting with the same momentum, but the direction will be different. But what will be the angle here? Here it is given strikes against the wall at 60-degree angle. Means this angle will be 60 degree. You can see here. This is the normal direction that also you make. This angle is 60. It's clear? And here after reflection, this is 60, therefore this angle will be 30. So after reflection, it will go making what angle from the normal, from here 30 degree, from according to the laws of reflection. It's clear? Here momentum is same, this is P, this is also P. Magnitude of momentum is same. So now you can do, these vertical components will cancel out. Vertical components will cancel out. One vertical component here and here. Both are having same magnitude and same direction, so they will cancel out. While the horizontal, they will add up. So that you can do. It is clear? Now question number 24. You can see question number 24. Question number 24. A child suspends a steel disc in a vertical plane by means of a thread. Means here, this is a disc is suspending. This is the disc. By means of a thread, then he shoots bullet on the disc by a toy gun. If the mass of each bullet is 2 grams, and the bullet is striking the disc with a velocity of 11 meters per second and returning with the same velocity, means it goes with 11 meter per second, strikes to the disk with 11 meter per second and returns with the same speed. It's clear. But when you will see in terms of the velocity, it will be equal to what? U will be equal to 11 meter per second and V equals to minus 11 meter per second. It will be equal to minus 11 because the direction has reversed. Then what average force is being exerted on the disk? You have to find the force exerting on the disk. If he fires how many bullets in 1 second? 3 bullets per second. Bullets per second. So see here, first you find out how much momentum is imparted by the bullet to the disk on one hitting. It's clear. Momentum imparted to, or you find out the change in momentum of the bullet. Change in momentum of bullet in 1 second. It's clear. So once it hits, what will be the change in momentum? It will be mv minus mu. But it is hitting how many times in 1 second? 3 times. So into 3. So you find out what will be this. M into V, M is given 2 gram, that is 0.002 into 11 minus 0.002 into minus 11. Here we will take minus 11 into 3. When you will simplify, what will happen? Minus minus plus. So it will be 22. This is also 22. So it will be perhaps 0.044 into 3, that is equals to 0.132 this kg meter per second. It's clear? This kg meter per second in 1 second. In 1 second, this much change in momentum of the bullet is taking place. So what is the change in momentum of this? Delta P. This will be same 0.132 kg meter per second. What will be the difference? Change in momentum of bullet is in this direction. In case of disk, it will be in this direction. In the disk, it will be this direction. So what will be force? Equals to delta P upon delta T. That is 0.132, and how much is the time taken? It is 1 second. So it will be 0.132 Newton. 0.132 Newton. Now after this, you can see the question 26. This is based on 26, 27, 28. All these are based on up to 30, based on the law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. So you can see the question number 26. A uniform cell explodes into 3 equal parts. This is a cell. Explodes into 3 equal parts. 2 of the parts fly off perpendicular to each other with a velocity of this. Find the velocity of third part. Means the 2 parts are flying in the perpendicular direction. Means one is flying in this direction. Second is flying in this direction. You have to find the velocity of the third part. One is flying with 9 meters per second and second is flying 12 meters. Now see here, during the time, at the time of exploding, it will be at rest. Suppose it is at rest. Here it is not given. This is missing in this question. This, when it explodes, it was at rest. Therefore, what was the total momentum before explosion? So you write down as cell was at rest. This point is missing in this question. In the rest questions, it is given. If you see the next question, it is given at rest. It's clear. So here we will take it at rest. As cell was at rest at time of explosion. Therefore, its total momentum before explosion. Before explosion. It is equal to 0. Now see here, as cell has exploded by itself, has exploded by itself. Exploded by itself means there is no external force. It's clear. Therefore, from law of conservation of momentum, its total momentum after explosion will be 0. Total momentum after explosion will be 0. It's clear. Now you can see here, one part is acquiring momentum in this direction, other part is acquiring in this direction. So what will be the resultant direction of their momentum? So that you can find by completing this is px, this is the py. So what will be their resultant? Their resultant will act in this direction. So what should be the momentum of the third fragment? It should be equal to this and opposite to this. Means it should be in this direction. Momentum of third fragment should be in this direction. Because after momentum, after explosion also, their total is 0. Their vector sum is 0. It is vector px, vector py, and it is vector pz. So after explosion, vector px plus vector py plus vector pz is 0, which is possible only when the resultant of px and py is equal and opposite to the pz. Is equal and opposite to pz. Now see here, in the question it is given that all the fragments are of equal masses. So we have assumed, let mass of each fragment equals to m. So what is px? M into v. What is v here? 9. M into 9, that is 9m. What is py? M into v, that is m into 12. That is equals to 12m. It's clear. So what will be the resultant of these two components? Resultant of px and py. That will be, since they are acting perpendicularly. So how will you find the resultant? Within square root px square plus py square. Px square plus py square. Just you can write pxy. This is px square plus py square. When you will simplify this, 9m whole square plus 12m whole square. So it is equals to 15m. It's clear. Now see here, in order to have total momentum 0, 0. After explosion, third fragment should have momentum equal to pxy, but in opposite direction. Opposite direction. So see here, first you have to find the magnitude of velocity. So momentum of third fragment, of third fragment. So it will be equal to its mass is m, velocity is vz you have taken. So it will be equal to how much? 15 m pxy. So m into vz equals to 15 m. So this is cancelled. Vz equals to 15 meter per second. It will be 15 meter per second. Now what will be the direction? So you measure this angle. What will be this angle? Tan alpha equals to this component upon this component. 15m upon 9m, because py is not 15m, 12m. 12m, so this py can be replaced here. So it is py upon px. So you find out tan alpha. Py upon px, that is 12m upon 9m, that is 4 upon 3. So we will find out the alpha. So it is 1.33. So where is shift? Fifth. It is 53 degrees. Now see here, this angle is equal to 53 degrees. Means what is the direction of third fragment from this fragment whose velocity is 9 meter per second? It is equal to 180 minus 53. So it is equals to 53, 7, 60, 127 degree perhaps. Yes. So we will write direction of third fragment at an angle of 127 degree from direction of fragment having velocity 9 meter per second. 9 meter per second. That you will mention from which. So it is 9 from at 127 degree. So question number 27 is also same. I will explain you question number 28. You can see here question number 28. A projectile of mass 50 kg is shot vertically upward with a velocity of 100 meter per second. Means it is shot vertically upward with the velocity of 100 meter per second. After 5 seconds, the projectile explodes into two fragments. After 5 seconds means from here to here, it reaches in 5 seconds and then it explodes into fragments. So first you find out its velocity at the time of explosion. It's clear. So velocity of the projectile. Velocity of projectile at time of explosion. So see here, you can see it is going vertically upward, means going against gravity. What will be its velocity here? It reaches from here to here in how much time? 5 seconds. U is given this So V equals to U minus GT. So U equals to 100 minus G is 9.8 into T is 5. So it is equals to 51 meter per second. So what was its momentum at the time of explosion in upward direction, and how much? Its mass is 50 kg, velocity is this 50 into 51. That is momentum of projectile just before explosion. It is equal to m into v. M into v just formula. So it is equal to 50, v is 51. So it is equals to 2550 kg meter per second upward. It is upward. Now it is given that after 5 seconds the projectile explodes into two fragments, one of which mass 20 kg travels vertically up with a velocity of 150 meter per second. When it explodes, then one fragment goes, whose mass is 20 kg, goes vertically upward with what velocity? 150 meter per second. With a velocity of this, what will be the velocity of the other fragment at this moment? You have to find the velocity of the other fragment at this moment. So what will be the mass of the other fragment? It will be 50 minus 20, that is equals to 30 kg. It's clear. So see here, mass of other fragment. It is 50 minus 20 equals to 30 kg. Momentum of fragment after explosion, you can write here. After explosion, momentum of fragment going upward. So it will be equal to how much? So you can see here, its mass is 20 going upward with this velocity 150 meter per second. So it will be 20 into 150. That is equal to this kg meter per second. It's clear. Now you can see here, before explosion, this was the total momentum. As projectile has exploded by itself, therefore after explosion also it will have this much momentum. It's clear. So see here, as projectile has exploded by itself, therefore from law of conservation of momentum, its momentum after explosion that will be equal to 2550 kg meter per second. But this fragment is having this much momentum in upward direction, while the resultant momentum is less. So what will happen? This other fragment will acquire momentum in downward direction. And how much momentum it will acquire in the downward direction? 3000 minus this. Therefore, momentum acquired by other fragment in downward direction, it will be equal to 3000 minus 2550, that is equal to 450 kg meter per second. Therefore its velocity you can find momentum upon mass. Momentum is 450, mass you have determined 30, so it will be 15 meter per second. It's clear. So now today's lecture I am ending at this. Tomorrow also I will take one topic, apparent weight of body in the elevator. It's clear? And then there are few questions. So in a day or two it will be finished. This chapter will be finished. After that we